So afterwards, we're singing, and out of nowhere, he's like, you should freestyle. And I'm like, I don't want to freestyle. Like, I don't know how to freestyle. I don't know how to rap, bitch. So, like, you should try it. And I'm like, how about you do it? And then I will, like, follow your lead. Like, if I see you do it, maybe I can do it. He starts freestyling, and he starts rapping. And this man starts rapping about my dating history, about my past. Like, straight up starts saying, Nikki's been heartbroken 3 times, and she not over it. Yeah, she's not over it, but she's still bad, though. Like, she a baddie, though. And I'm like, sir, in what moment do you think that I told you about my past and my history, bitch, my fucking traumas, so that you could rap about it? So we get to the car, and this man deadass tells me, Nikki, blunt truth, honest truth, are we going on a second date? Like, tell me now. And I'm like, bitch, I start panicking. I was like, well, you know, I don't really know. Like, I haven't even processed this date yet. And he, for real, looks me in my eyes and he tells me, well, we got an hour car ride home, so you have all that processing time. I'm like, so randomly it could go bad either way for both parties. And I'm like, what do you mean? This man's gonna sit up here and tell me, he goes, well, if the girl says no, I could leave her stranded here and then she has no way home. Or if she says no, I mean, I could always get upset and mad and like attack her and then I end up in prison.
Pull up on your thought, she gone, I'ma call that girl still. Then she gave me top and I ain't call it girl still. But I'm still.
We still Hustle Daily. What's up, Hustle Nation? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy, Big Play to the Ray, coming to y'all with another video today. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with me. My Hinge date from hell. Now, I think Hinge is a dating app. I think so. Y'all be careful with them dating apps, man. Some people be trying to get me to get on them dating apps. I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all. The only app that I'll probably mess with, like, people on, like, it's like Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's Instagram. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really mess with, like, the Facebook dating and whatever the fuck they got out. I don't know what they be getting out. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. We're about to listen to it. Make sure y'all like that video. Y'all be slipping on my likes. I tell y'all that all the time. And y'all still slipping. Dang, bro, that's messed up. But it's all good. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with me. Y'all could be anywhere else in the world, but you here with me. Let's get it. Ooh, I thought I wasn't recording.
I was told to make this video, so I'm going to share with you my Hinge date from hell. And to be honest, at this point, I feel like I need to start making this a series because I really just be going through it. So first off the bat, I naturally think I'm in an episode of Love is Blind because the person that I matched with doesn't have that many pictures, but like the little bit that he did have, like you could just tell that those were old pictures. And so I asked for his Instagram and I saw that he had no post, but he had some tagged photos. And so I checked the tagged photos and I had to go, you know, FBI shit and look up like his pictures, like his most recent one. And there was only one that like you could kind of see his side profile, but like not really. And so I was really just going on a limb here. I'm gonna sit up for this. So then we're talking and we're texting and the banter is good. He's like funny, sarcastic, like it's like right up my alley, right? And I'm like, you know what? Even though I don't fully know what he looks like, I like his personality. So I agreed to go on a date. And he suggested we do dinner and karaoke. Now, I'm not saying I did the smartest thing, but I definitely gave him my address so that he could pick me up and so that we could go together. In my mind, I thought that was a good idea. Don't be like me. Don't be a dumb bitch. So then he picks me up. Like the date, like we talked for about like a week and a half and then we met up. And he picks me up and the karaoke place that he picks is literally an hour away. But before we even get into that, my first impression of him, I was so nervous. I always am nervous when I'm going on a date with someone. So I literally only looked at him for like 5 seconds. And in those 5 seconds, I was like, oh, like he's cute. Like he's pretty cute, actually. And so I was like feeling good about it. We get in the car and I like really start to analyze his features. And I'm like, Immediately I think, you know what? I'm not like fully into how he looks. It doesn't matter because I wanted to still like go on the date because I was interested in in his personality. So keep that in mind. So we have an hour in this in the car ride. And I'm telling myself like, you know, let's get to know each other kind of thing. And so we're asking.
Damn, how you think somebody cute and then really look at them and then they not cute? But you like their personality. I don't want no girl to just like me for my personality. I want you to think I'm fine. Shit, if you don't think I'm fine, please don't. I don't want to talk to you. You know what I'm saying?
Asking each other questions, and he's asking a lot about my past and my past relationships or past really anything that I had going on with a guy. And so I am being fully transparent and telling him all my business, basically. But, like, not OD, you know, I'm keeping it general. Let's keep in mind that he's also sharing stuff about himself, too, so it's not like I'm the only one. So, whatever, we get to the place, and like I said, I already decided that, like, looks-wise, he's not, like, fully my type, but we go to the restaurant, and we order, and... Y'all, so the way that the layout was set up, right, there's like TVs everywhere. So he's asking me a question about like my high school experience and whatever. So I'm telling him, and I see that he keeps looking back like constantly because he's looking at the TV. He's looking at the football game. And I'm one of those people, like, you need to give your attention to me or I'm going to feel a type of way. So I immediately was already feeling annoyed about it. So he's not paying attention to me, but he's not fully ignoring me either. Like, he can still like jump into the conversation with me. And so I was just like, you know, okay, whatever. And I am by no means funny. I am not like the funniest person ever, but whatever I said had him laughing so loud and so obnoxiously that the servers and the people around literally were stopping to stare at us and to ask if we're okay. Bitch, do you know how loud you need to be in order for the bar tenders and the people at the bar to stop what they're doing to look at you? And I'm sitting here like this, like I'm like, and he is full on cackling. So after that, I immediately was like, nah, like, he's really fucking weird. And keep in mind, I am also on my sobriety journey. I am fully sober, and definitely feel like it's hard being sober in your 20s, but it's especially hard being sober in your 20s and dating. And so I had already told him that I was sober and that I wasn't planning on drinking. Even though we were still doing karaoke, I wasn't planning on drinking. And he was like, well, if you're sober, then I'm sober. And I was like, you know what, that's actually pretty sweet, because you don't have to do that, but, you know, you're showing like you're very considerate. We get to the restaurant. Why this man orders 2 beers? And I was just like, you know, fine, whatever. But like in the back of my mind, I'm like, you just said he was gonna be sober, so now you're lying. But again, it's whatever. So we're still talking. He's still being fucking loud and laughing like a fucking maniac. And then he gets quiet and he's like in space and into his own thought. And I'm like, what are you thinking about? And he's like, you should drink. I'm like, what? I was like, why? Like, no, I'm okay. I was like, why? And he goes, I just think that you should drink. And I was just like, no thanks, I'm all right. Mind you, the minute he said that, I already like, ick, gross. Like, why would you even say that to me? Like, bitch, what if I had a fucking alcohol problem and you hear, you should drink? Like, no one asked you, okay? Genuinely, in that moment, I knew that he was not getting a second date. Now I'm just trying to push to the karaoke part, because now I made it through dinner. And now we were like, okay, let's do karaoke. And I was like praying that this date would go by faster, because it felt like I was in my own personal little hell. So we get to karaoke, and this man, we're singing. At first, I'm like, you know what, it's not so bad. Like, he's singing, I'm singing, and we're having a good time. It's whatever. But he orders 2 sojus for himself. And I was like, all right. Meanwhile, I'm fucking parched. I'm dehydrated. I want water. And like, before y'all say, oh, like, you could have asked him or you could have told him, I feel like on a date, like, you should also be considerate of your partner and ask, hey, it's like, do you want something to drink? Water, fucking soda, Sprite, ginger ale, really anything. But he didn't do that. And so I was not going to be the one to like say, oh, I want a water or I want ginger ale. Like, I was thugging it out, bro. I was raw dogging it. My fucking throat was like, it was hurting. I was choking. So afterwards, we're singing, and out of nowhere, he's like, you should freestyle. And I'm like, I don't want to freestyle. Like, I don't know how to freestyle. I don't know how to rap, bitch. I'm not Nicki Minaj. And he goes, like, you should do it though. Like, you should try it. And I'm like, how about you do it? And then I will like follow your lead. Like, if I see you do it, maybe I can do it. He starts freestyling and he starts rapping. And this man starts rapping about my dating history, about my past. Like, straight up starts saying, Nikki's been heartbroken 3 times and she not over it. Yeah, she's not over it, but she's still bad though. Like, she a baddie though. And I'm like, like, sir, in what moment do you think that I told you about my past and my history, bitch, my fucking traumas, so that you could rap about it? Like, what? Like, y'all, I had never ever in my life had someone rap about the shit that I've been through. And so he finishes his rap, a 3-minute rap, bro. And he's like, all right, your turn. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to rap. I was like, I don't want to rap about your life, and I don't want to rap about anything that you told me. Literally just go silent. He puts on a song and I'm like, you're not gonna sing? And he's like, no. And you could just tell he got so sassy. What the fuck is up with this song? So I'm like, all right, so if you're not gonna sing, like, we're just gonna sit here in silence. And he's like, yup. And so we're literally sitting in silence in this karaoke booth, and we're just hearing the beat to this song that I don't even know. And in that moment, bitch, in that moment, I genuinely was like, I miss my ex. I do. I really, in my mind, I was like, because as a shit of a man as he was, there's no way he would have had me sitting in this damn fucking karaoke booth in silence. I was appalled. And so I'm like, all right. And I don't know what to say. I don't even know what to do, bro. Like, I'm literally just sitting in silence because I cannot speak. Man goes, what time you trying to get home? I'm like, not too late. And so he was like, let's do one more song and then we can head out. And I'm like, sure. I'm like, give me an artist and I'll choose the song. So he gives me Nicki Minaj. I'm trying to type it in. And he's sitting with his arms back, you know, like this. And he's just like, Nicki, come into my arms. I was like, what? Like, I pretended I didn't hear. I was like, what? And he's like, come into my arms. Y'all, this shit is gonna need a part 2, but he goes, come into my arms. And I'm like, I'm not affectionate. Like, I had to lie. I didn't want to be in his arms. I don't know what the fuck he's trying to do, bro. All right, that I was like, we're gonna need part. So this is part 2 of my story time. We wrapping it up real quick. So I dubbed his move or his hug or whatever, and so man's is pressed. He is so mad. He doesn't want to talk no more. He doesn't want to sing no more. Like, now it's dead ass awkward. Mind you, it was already awkward before, but it's especially awkward now. I end up putting Starships by Nicki Minaj, and it's just me singing. So we closed up karaoke because clearly he wasn't singing no more, and I played on Starships, and bitch, I was the only Nicki singing because he was not trying to join me in my duet. So as we're walking back to the car, it's dead silent. He's not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing because I don't got shit to say at this point. So we get to the car, and this man dead ass tells me, Nicki, blunt truth, honest truth, are we going on a second date? Like, tell me now. And I'm like, so bitch, I start panicking. I was like, well, you know, I don't really know. Like, I haven't even processed this date yet. And he, for real, looks me in my eyes and he tells me, well, we got an hour car ride home, so you have all that processing time. I'm like, so right after that, I'm like, all right. So I immediately go silent. Again, I am not talking. He's not talking. And I want to say we stood that way for legit 30 minutes. So like halfway up the car ride. Tells me again, all right, Nicki, tell me the truth. Like, are we going on a second date? And I immediately get defensive because I was like, hold on. I was like, do you always ask your dates in person if you're going on a second date? He kind of sit up here and tell me. He goes, not always, but it's just like spontaneous kind of thing. Like, just very spontaneous. And I'm like, all right. I was like, well, there's like a right way to do things. Like, I feel like it puts a lot of pressure, you asking that in person. So, yeah, I guess you're kind of right. He was like, because really it could go bad either way for both parties. And I'm like, what do you mean? This man's going to sit up here and tell me, he goes, well, if the girl says no, I could leave her stranded here and then she has no way home. Or if she says no, I mean, I could always get upset and mad and like attack her and then I end up in prison. Bitch. Y'all, I'm looking at this man flabbergasted. I'm like this. I'm like, okay. And we're passing by a Dunkin' Donuts, and I'm like, what if he just leaves me stranded? I mean, I guess I could go into the Dunkin' Donuts, and I'm gonna really hit my rock bottom at Dunkin' Donuts. So clearly, I only have one thing to say. Like, I only have one choice to say, and I'm like, yeah, like, I think we should, yeah, like, we can go on a second date. Like, what place do you have in mind? Like, meanwhile, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, bro, you really gave me no fucking choice because you straight up said that you would either attack me or leave me stranded. And at this point, I was already maybe 15 minutes away from home. I'm like, I could do this for another 15 minutes. Yes, you will take me the fuck home. He ends up taking me home, and I hope that you had a good time. I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, yeah. Like, I really don't have no other choice but to lie, bitch. I cannot tell the truth at this point. It has been evidently clear that I felt like legit my life was in danger at that point. So I do think he was chivalrous enough that when we got to my house, he definitely got out of the car to say goodbye, which he didn't have to do. Like, I would have said goodbye properly and like hugged him and thanked him for everything. Like, I'm just nice like that. Like, I genuinely have always tried to be like complacent and like, you know, nice and shit. But clearly, I'm dumb for doing that because on everything, you know, I wish that I never went on that date. And more importantly, I was wishing like, damn, I should have never gone in the car and I should have never picked a place where I couldn't get back home on my own, because I was in the booty ass crack of Queens and I had no way of getting my ass anywhere near my house without transportation. And so that's the only reason why I didn't just leave and like peace out and been like bye. Like, I've never done that to nobody, and so I didn't want to do that now. I made it home safely. He ended up texting me the next day saying that, you know, he knows that he messed up in some parts of the date, but that he's really just a clown, and that, you know, that's like his character flaw, and that, you know, he really wants a second date. And I was like, yeah, you know, no. I was like, it's not gonna happen for me. Moral of the story: don't get into a man's car on the first date. You should meet up at the place and make sure that you know who you meeting up with, because I thought that I knew and it came back to bite me in the ass. So be safe on these dating apps. So the number one question that everybody keeps asking is, why didn't I leave mid-date in the middle of the restaurant, or why didn't I Uber? So here it is. The restaurant only had one entry point. It is the same point that you're going to use to exit. There was only one bathroom, and that was all the way at the opposite end. We sat in the middle. Because we sat in the middle and that's where we were placed, I couldn't go to the bathroom or fake going to the bathroom and then leave, because he was going to notice. He has full viewpoint to both the bathroom and the entry exit way. I also didn't take an Uber because I was genuinely afraid of this person and how they were going to react. I don't know this person in full characteristics, so I don't know how he was going to react to me saying, you know, actually I kind of just want to go home. There was a girl who commented on the TikTok that I made, the very first one, and she mentioned how she told her date that she wasn't having a good time and she wanted to leave, and the man full on attacked her. So in order to avoid something like that, I figured that I did the best that I could with what I knew in that moment, which was I just don't want to get hurt. And two, this man is way bigger than me. For reference, I am literally like 5'2", 5'3". I cannot be getting into a fight with this full on tall ass man. So in my opinion, I feel like I did everything I could in the best way that I could navigate it, if that makes sense. Another question was, why didn't I order my own water? Y'all, at the restaurant, I did order my own water. I liked my water was fine, but at the karaoke spot, there was no actual service. There wasn't like a man was coming in and out to take our orders. It wasn't like that. To be honest, I don't even know how this man even ordered the 2 sojus. Like, at one point he just went to the bathroom and he came back and he had 2 sojus. I don't know if there was a vending machine. I don't know where he got it from. I could not tell you, because it wasn't like at any point somebody came in to check on us. And for reference, there was actually no cameras inside the karaoke room, just saying. Another question was if I blocked him. Yes, I blocked him. Was he reported? Yes, I reported his page on Hinge. Yes. And the final one, which is, why did I give him my address? I don't know the answer to that. I genuinely thought that it would have been fine. I did not think that far ahead, and that is why the story time that I gave is meant to be a cautionary tale. It is meant to help younger women who are also dating, or just any women in general, and to help other people not feel alone in case they have also made this mistake. It was my wronging for going into his car to begin with, and I am fully aware of that. I do not need anybody else to tell me that. I know now to not get into a man's car on the very first date. Trust me, I feel very grateful that nothing bad happened. Well, nothing bad to the extremity of me getting physically hurt. And then the last thing that I'm going to say is that some people were wondering why I'm sober, or thinking that the sober is what killed the fun and that's why I didn't have a good time. As far as me being sober, that is my own personal choice. I am not an alcoholic. Some people seem to think that I'm an alcoholic. I'm not an alcoholic. However, I just like having control over my emotions and what I say and what I do, and that is why I'm sober. That's it. I'm well aware that, one, I had the choice to not get into the car, and like I said, I take responsibility for the fact that I got into the car. However, he also had a choice to not act like a fucking weirdo and to not rap about me and the stuff that I was telling him. A lot of people seem to think that I told this man all my deepest traumas and like all the deep things that I've like been through with other people and all the meat and potatoes, and that's not what happened. I only said me and so-and-so, whoever it was that I was talking about, had different viewpoints, and that is why we are not together. I never went into detail about my past with somebody else in grave detail that he could rap about it. That's why his rap made no sense, first of all. Now, I really do hope that people can hear this story time and obviously act way better than I did, but I don't want people to feel like it's their fault if they experience such a traumatic or crazy dating story, because at the end of the day, that person has voluntary will to not act like a jackass, and if they choose to still act that way, that is on them and that is separate from you. So to all my girlies who are still dating, I really hope you find your person, and I hope that my story was a good cautionary tale.
Hopefully this story can help some people out. Dang, man, that's crazy. Yo, dude, dude, start rapping a rap on her ass. You know what I'm saying? Well, she didn't even really get to see the photos of him. How you see somebody? Oh no, it's some people who do, like, you don't have to look that good. As a matter of fact, I honestly, I do know that, like, women, like, you don't got to be like a Prince Charming, you know what I'm saying, to get a girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to notice it. Well, I've been noticed that, but yeah, like me personally, man, I gotta see who I'm talking to. You know what I'm saying? I gotta see who I'm talking to. I gotta see a whole bunch of pictures and all of that. That's just me personally. But y'all be careful out here, just dating in general, man. People crazy. It gives people like me a bad name. You know what I'm saying? Get a good niggas a bad name. You know what I'm saying? I might want to swoop up at your crib, pick you up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you do got crazy people out there, man, men and women, crazy people out there. So, showing some, bringing a stranger to your house can be, not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, he survived this situation because he said, "Shit, if we ain't going out on a date, I'll leave your ass right here." You feel me? Or go to jail. Like that was. I don't even think you should be joking like that on a first date. That's kind of wild. But definitely, what's that? Can you please normalize leaving mid-date and not forcing ourselves to suffer? Well, she explained why she didn't leave mid-date. So I'm just glad the young lady came out safe, and let this be a lesson, cautionary tale. Y'all be careful out there, man. Them dating apps be crazy. My somebody else just told me, like, man, get on Facebook dating. Nah, I'm straight, man. I'm straight. It might be better on Facebook. I don't know, shit. I don't know. I never been on a dating app, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Most I do is Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with me, man. As always, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, please be careful out there, and I hope you have a blessed day. It's your boy, Big Play Ray, and I will catch you on another day. Peace.